What's up guys, welcome to another episode of Ultimate Sports Challenge with me, Rob Richards, filmed exclusively for Muscle and Fitness. Today I'm at Santa Monica, Venice, California, just a few hundred yards away from the legendary Muscle Beach, where today I'm meeting with Justin Lovato of Build Training and Nutrition, who's putting me through the Beach Babes circuit workout. I know, I'm expecting babes and bikinis, but no, this is something completely different. This is where some of the fittest and strongest women come from all over the world to train with Justin along this beach and his special circuit workout. And today's my chance to see if I can step up and compete against some of the toughest and strongest women in the world. So let's go meet with Justin and get started. Justin, I guess that's you?
Yep, that's me.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
Good, how are you?
Thanks for inviting me and Muscle and Fitness down to Santa Monica Beach today. I see you've got the stations set up, and when we were talking online you said this is Beach Babe.
Yeah, Beach Babe. Yeah, Beach Babe Bootcamp. Originally we started out, it was all for women, and it was catching on so fast out here in the public eye that a lot of guys were asking, can guys do this? And I'm like, you know, why not? So we started doing Beach Beast as well. So you got Beach Babes and Beach Beasts, yes.
Beach Beast. Because I'm looking at the size of that tire.
Yeah, I know.
And that reminds me of one that I flipped in one of the first episodes back in Vegas at a UFC camp.
Oh yeah, it's a pretty big tire. This one is for the guys. The girls surprisingly isn't too much smaller, so that's pretty big as well.
Okay, well I like it. We're outside, we're at the beach. We're yards away from Muscle Beach.
Yes.
Speaking of muscle, you look like you've lifted a couple of weights in your your career. Tell me more about kind of your career and how that got you where you are today.
I competed for the last 10 years, about 9 to 10 years. I was a natural pro bodybuilder at the age of 21. So I came out to California like every other bodybuilder, and you know, trained with the best in the world. And you know, I realized that my niche was in helping people get in shape, training other people, and my first love was wrestling. So with that came a lot of aesthetics. So I wanted to get back into that, you know, be more agile, be more fit. So I started getting into this type of training where it's a mix between like CrossFit and strongman, and I brought my clients on as well.
I like it. We're out of the gym. This is something completely different. You know, we're kind of out in nature. We got the wind, we got the sun, and I'm eager to get started. So why don't we start with the first exercise and run through it?
Sounds good. First exercise is a pretty simple one. It's self-explanatory.
Okay then.
Here we go. Straight minute. Ready? Go. Time. Next station we're going to do is the tire flip. We're going to start on this side right around the tire, and basically when doing this you actually want to get low, you want to explode using your legs, not your lower back. It's a powerful movement, so you want to really get low and just explode. Ready? Yep. Go. The objective here is to try to get as many flips as you can in a minute. Doing it perfect. He's getting low, he's using his whole body, exploding. Perfect. Then he's pushing with aggressiveness. So this is the best thing to do right here. This is a whole body workout right here. Like I said, his goal is to get as many flips as he can within a minute time frame. It's perfect. Go ahead, turn around, bring it back. Perfect. As you can see, it works every part of his body. It's working his biceps, it's working his legs, it's working his back, and he's pushing, it's working his chest. So you really got to use everything you have here to move this tire. It's not a light object, so just got to keep going with it, got to keep pushing. In time, good. I'm gonna jump right to the front squat log lift. So he's gonna circle around, he's gonna grab under with his arms. Make sure you're centering the log. Perfect. Perfect, good. Walk on out. You're gonna do 5 squats right here. Good. Nice and deep he's gonna do them. Once he does the 5, he's gonna walk out about 10 feet. He's gonna do another 5 squats. Good. Drop it right here, 5 more. He's doing this for a straight minute, as hard as he can. He's getting low, he's getting deep, he's squeezing his butt as he's going up, he's keeping his back straight. This is really good form right here. That's all he keeps doing, is keep going back and forth what he keeps doing. Turn it around. As you see, it's perfect form. He's getting low, he's driving through his heels. It's exactly what we want. And time. Perfect.
Whew.
That's how you
that
do
one's
it.
tough after the
It is,
triflip.
because it sits really sits on your chest and it won't allow you to get your breath for a quick second. I actually like to organize that a little bit that way. Makes it a little bit tougher for people. So I notice a lot of the girls will start cheating, and even the guys will start cheating a little bit, and they'll hold it down here, but then it starts draining on your biceps. So you got to go with one or the other.
Well, I'll tell you something, that's not heavy.
No, it's not.
That's not heavy. Like, pick it up and you think,
Easy.
yeah. First 5.
You start feeling it.
It starts burning. That
after
lats
you're doing
has
the
to build
tire.
up.
Yeah, it builds up quick in the sand. It's a totally different type of feeling from squatting on a hard atmosphere. So doing this in the sand, you have to find your boundaries, and you know, it's hard to really get your footing at first and drive through your heels like you'd normally be able to do, because everything's moving a little bit. So it's a lot of core work. You're using a lot of small muscles, like you said, the lactic acid buildup's pretty
All right,
gnarly.
let's keep it going. I don't want to cover too much.
Next station. What you want to do is you get low, you get in the squat position, you take the rope, you keep it right in your arms. Just step it this way a little bit. You keep it right in your arms. There you go. And a lot of people, as they get fatigued, they get too tired, I have to switch to the double. And they go straight to the double. Perfect. That's nice stuff right there.
Okay, shoulders are done now.
I know, right? Next one's everybody's favorite. Well, at first, most people have the form wrong. So what you want to do is when you do a sledgehammer, you definitely want to square up to it. So when you grab it, you square up, hands wide, and when you hit it, slide down. Wide, slide down. A lot of people start off like this. It's incorrect. You really want to square up to this tire, start wide, slide down. Your goal is just go as hard as you can in a minute. I try to aim for about 30 sledgehammers per hit. So I try to really go hard on this. Good. Perfect. As you can see, he's right around 5 reps right now. You can imagine I'm trying to do 30. Perfect. Perfect. We go right on to the next segment. This one's actually pretty tough. It's a big endurance killer. This is when you have to learn how to, when you're doing these type of circuit training, you have to really learn how to know your red line. You want to stay right there. If you go past it, you pretty much screw up the rest of your workout because you won't be able to catch your breath. And out here in the sand, it's a little bit different. The wind's a little bit different. You hold it right here in your mid-chest. It's hard to drop it down after you feel that. So the next segment, of course, is the ball drill, which is everybody's least favorite. You know, running in the sand is tough enough, and when you're trying to work on speed, and your goal is to get as many balls as you can from that end to this bucket, it can get pretty tough.
There's like 30 balls there.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. Your goal is as many as you can in a minute. Ready? Go. Perfect. Doing this, you want to remember, you have a few more stations left. You want to try to stay right below that red line. If you really pull out right here and go all out, it's just like any type of training. It's a little bit different than weight training, of course, because you can do a set, you can rest, you can give yourself a minute, you know, to relax. But when it's a minute, by the time you get to this, you really got to learn how to pace yourself, but still push yourself at the same time. You got to find that happy medium. So with this, you know, it can get pretty tough. A lot of people like to go all out and see if they can get all the balls, and then at the end of it, they're pretty much screwed the rest of the time. So he's doing a good job of pacing himself right now. Standard push-up. If you can't do a standard push-up, you just do it right off your knees. So we're gonna jump right here. We're gonna see what we can do in a minute. How many push-ups can you do?
First the tie squat, then the
log
press. Everything's burning now.
Yeah, that's the idea. You gotta learn how to pace yourself and red line, keep it below.
All right, let's red line.
Let's do it. Ready? Go. As you see, he's got perfect form. He's staying right in there. His back straight, his butt's down. He's just pumping away. So that's the idea. It's your standard push-up. And like I said, if you're one of those people that it's tough and you're still building that upper body strength, you go ahead and do them off your knees. It's just as effective. It's a learning process, and you get stronger and stronger and stronger. So that's the idea. Not too shabby. And time. Perfect. I'll demonstrate on this one at first so he has an idea. This is a sandbag deadlift to a power clean. So You want to make sure you shake it off too, because you can collect a little bit of sand. So you come in, shake it, explode. Okay, so once you do that, you're gonna walk to the front cone, you drop it, you do it again. Back and forth, what you can do in a minute. That's the fun one.
Oh, that's the fun one.
This is the fun one. For me, this is my toughest one.
I've been waiting for the fun stuff to start.
It's like anything else. You want to get explosive. You want to shake it off. Take it. You flip it.
This ain't too light either.
No, it's right around 70 pounds. It's pretty brutal.
Okay, so up and then
up. Yep. You flip it. You walk to the cone. Drop it. Flip it again.
Okay.
What you can do in a minute. You ready?
Yep.
Go. Bam. Perfect. Drop it. Turn it around. Boom. Perfect form. He's being explosive with his body. He's pulling up through his traps, through his shoulders, exploding, using the momentum of the bag. It's good pace right there. Drops it. Like you said, this bag's not light at all. It's around a 70-pound bag, so. And time. Perfect.
I gotta say something. No, seriously, I haven't felt like this where I want to go to those toilets and have a minute like that.
It's a tough course. Like, usually the people that come by, if it's their first time, they do have a tough time making it from stage to stage. This boot camp isn't, you know, for the faintest. So it's one of those ones where you can come. It is for all athletes, and it's as well. We have some 50-year-old women that come down here and they wreck it, you know, but they know how to pace themselves at first. They get stronger and stronger. So it's hard if you're a competitive person to pace yourself, you know. And I'm the same way he is. We want to kill every event, but it catches up to you quick, and then you realize real quick, it's like, all right, I'm gonna sandbag it a little bit on this one, so you get to the next one.
I just want to add to that because I know people are going to be thinking like I was. What do you weigh?
I'm about 262.
So. I'm 175. And just to put that into some perspective, let's look at a maximum weight that you might be able to squat, for example. What would be your like heaviest weight?
My heaviest squat ever was around 700. That's my heaviest squat ever.
See, at my absolute best, like with help,
yes,
I'm pushing just over 500. That's like 5 plates. So.
Yeah, it's really good. It's
but that's me done. So we're both strength.
Very.
We got power and strength.
Yes.
This kind of training with that intensity and the lack of recovery.
For sure.
This pushes us into, you know, it doesn't matter how much we can lift.
No, it has nothing to do with what you can lift, you know, because it comes down to that muscle endurance, which is a totally different muscle twitch fiber. It's completely out of the element, you know, so.
But we recover quickly.
Yeah.
So
you ready
let's
to
move on, yeah, ready to rock.
Next one is just your basic dumbbell row. We use the kettlebells, they usually work a little bit better than the dumbbells. You want to be straight, your butt wants to be out, your chest wants to be up, and it's just as many reps as you can in a minute. You're going to really start to feel this when you're going through the circuit is in your lower back. So it's going to get tight, you got to push through it, that burning sensation is going to be there. And again, cardiovascular is always there. You ready?
Yep.
And go. Perfect. As you can see, it's relatively light for him. 25 pounds isn't that much weight for him. He probably rose a lot more than that, but going through the circuit, cardiovascular kicks in, and as he gets through close to a minute, he's gonna start feeling this in his back and definitely in his lower back. Perfect form. And time. Perfect. That's how you do it. It was perfect form all the way through.
That oxygen debt is...
It's crazy. This is actually a pretty tough movement because as you go through the circuit, you really start dying out. So this is almost like another full body movement. So you're really gonna get tired. The cardio is on top of you the entire single time. So this seems easy, but it's tough.
I don't want to do that one.
You know, we can definitely move on.
No, I'll do it. It's all the other, seriously guys, this, like moving the weight for reps, that's one thing. Feeling like, you know, you could throw it up.
That's another.
I'm game. This is what I signed up for. How many?
Well, we can do in a minute.
You look much better doing those than I do. All right.
Full layouts, toe touches. Here we go. And go. That's perfect. As you see, it's working his whole core. His abs are working from every angle, from the top to the bottom. So, you know. Again, since it's a full body movement, he's got big legs, so he's moving a lot of weight right now. He's not some small guy, you know, he's moving some serious weight with his legs. His arms are big. He's moving weight the entire time, so it's all relative here. You know, this isn't just some easy ab workout. It's full body, and again, cardiovascular. So in time, perfect. All right, this right here, the next segment is the slosh tube. This is actually a pretty new thing that we've discovered in the last few months. It's basically your standard piece of PVC piping, and we filled it up with 25 pounds worth of water, and it's for your core again. And your goal is to hold it here and just walk with it. And you're about to see it's a little weird. It's going all over the place, and your goal is just to hold it and walk with it. So it's a little far out.
This looks like one of the events that our buddy Michael Hearn would do.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The Gladiators.
Oh,
so, this is cool because I used to watch that show as a little kid and be like, I want to do that. And this is literally that type of training.
Yeah, yeah.
Those guys,
sure.
you know, they all lift some weights, they all have good bodies, but they need that functionality. They need to have that endurance, speed, power, explosiveness.
Yeah.
And
being an athlete, an overall athlete. Right to the next one.
Okay.
Make sure you're center with this one because that pretty much decides your fate here. So you want to make sure you're center. Exactly. You just pick it up, you walk to the cone and back. Ready?
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa. Whoa.
He's doing good. Just walk around the cone, walk back and forth. As you can see, it's really tough. And obviously, I think the smaller you are, this one is a little bit tougher for the people that are a little bit smaller, aren't as strong as the other individuals. So it is more challenging, but everyone gets good at it pretty quick a few times out. So, and time. Isn't that radical?
Messes with your mind.
Yeah.
You pick it up and you feel the weight. You're like, okay.
Baby weight, yeah.
You start walking and it goes like that. And of course, as soon as you right it again, you know, it's like taking, we've all done it. I'm sure you have too. Taking that dumbbell off.
Yeah.
One too many plates on the other side.
Bam. Yeah. It's radical because at first it's gonna mess with your just stability muscles and then also with your core. Like I said, the first few people that usually try to do this, it is harder if you aren't as strong as him or myself. It is gonna be a harder workout, but that's the fun part, is being able to, you know, achieve this. So, you know, you pick it up, you gotta find your center of gravity, and you gotta keep a straight line. And
mental too.
Yeah.
You don't expect it. You gotta be aware.
For sure. It's a really radical. It's one of my favorite exercises. It's really cool. You get better and better at having you do it. So your arms are tired. You just held this water. You were trying to balance it. All those tiny fatigue muscles are there.
How do we do this?
We could do simultaneously. Yep. You do hammer or original curl. Ready?
Yeah, ready.
Go. It's just easy. Have pretty big arms, so you should be able to do this all day for at least 10 minutes, I imagine. So, but we're just going for a minute straight. He's doing well. That's your standard curl. He's not using his back. He's not swaying. He's just pumping up his arms for as many as he can in a minute. And if you get fatigued, you can always switch to a hammer curl. It makes it a little bit more simple, or alternation. So it's good. And time. And that's Beach Beast and Beach Babes boot camp, and that's the circuit. So
now, before we move on to the scores, we've had a little discussion after each station. It's allowed me to catch my breath back a little bit, but in reality, no rest in between.
There's no rest in between. There's pretty much a 5 to 10 second time frame for you to get the log back to the beginning point, to get the slosh back to you, to get the equipment back for the next person in line. So there really is about a 5 to 10 second window right before you get to it again.
And what happens at the end of this one, then what?
You sprint down back to the beginning.
For how many more circuits?
We do about 3 circuits. Actually, after you do through your first circuit, we take a strict 1 minute break. You get 1 minute, and it's right back start. You get your water break, you get a second to catch your breath, calm your air down, and it's right start back at the jump road again. So,
you know, I gotta say, I think so far one of the toughest ones, besides synchronized swimming, because if you've ever done synchronized swimming, that's out there, because we just sink.
Yeah,
but
I know.
The MMA one was just brutal. Like that got me bent over. I couldn't even catch my breath.
Right.
This one, outside, and just it's one exercise after the next.
Yeah, it's pretty radical to be able to continuously do it.
Legs, core, chest, arms, and then to throw something else into that. we got the sun, we got the sand.
Get the
this
wind.
isn't a one-on-one. We've got like 20, 30 other people here. Like, you're not just challenging them, you're really challenging yourself and mentally having to, you know, push past that red line and see what else you can do on that next circuit.
That's the best thing about this boot camp, is just that it's like you're here pushing yourself. I have a lot of people that come in here and they only flip the tire twice because they feel it's too heavy. It's in their head, they think it's too heavy, and then once they realize that a lot of it's technique and being explosive in form, they can do it 10 times just the next class. So it's something like thresholds they're pushing past. They feel better about themselves. It's a really, really unique workout. It's a challenge, but also really self-rewarding. So
yeah, I could have easily killed myself on that first tire. And then
for sure.
the rest of it. So now, having that knowledge already, going back to the second and third set, I'm gonna hold back.
Yeah,
maybe
you hold back
from,
a little
from
bit.
exploding too
It
much.
sounds weird to say to someone, hold back a little bit, but it's one of those things where you push yourself, but you want to not go past your red line because you will screw yourself the rest of the workout. So you have to find that medium. What's cool is that that medium gets more intensified every time because your stamina is getting better every time. Your strength is getting stronger every time, so then you can go harder and harder and harder. So this workout never gets old. It constantly gets harder. So you can just keep pushing yourself, and that's what's great about it.
Let's cut to the chase. I came here with a challenge, and the good thing is we both kind of, I guess I'm following more on your tracks, haven't done the competition, the bodybuilding and the weight stuff.
Yes.
5 categories to mark me on. Let's first of all, let's stop in at power. Now, out of power for something like this, you said it's a mix of weightlifting and kind of CrossFit endurance. So out of 10, how would you mark me on power?
Your power is up there at 10, and it's easy. It's really easy to tell by the way you flip the tire. That was a simple process for you, so yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so off to a good start. I'm going to keep the categories grouped so that I can gain some points. Let's have a look at speed, because I think power and speed kind of go hand in hand, but they're not necessarily the same thing.
Well, what's great about this type of circuit is that it's actually more explosive than like this long distance speed. It's not a 100-yard dash, so you actually were extremely fast with the ball drill. Your feet were quick, you were explosive off the line, you power back and forth from cone to cone, so you get 10 on that as well. Your strength is great.
Great. We've got some power, we've got some speed. Let me throw it over to you, because you know you've done both the fitness stuff and this. What's another kind of key factor that you would be able to define this style of training as?
You know, I incorporate this as like you said, it's a CrossFit and it's a mix between. I personally think strongman, if anything. So, and if you watch the strongman athletes, their endurance is amazing. So I think they train a lot like this. You know, they just keep going and going and going. So I think your endurance has to be up there to be able to handle something like this. And if it isn't, it will. You know, being out here in the thin air, it'll definitely.
What do we get for endurance?
Your endurance is pretty low. So we got to definitely step it up a notch. I'll give you a round around. Not too bad.
Still pretty good.
Yeah, it's not
still
too bad.
pretty good. Okay, what about the fourth one? I'm still trying to catch my breath back. So, what do you think the fourth factor should be?
You know, we got the strength, we got the speed, and we got the endurance.
I got one for you. What about adaptability?
That's a good one. You know, your adaptability to the beach. I'd say it's right in the middle. I think it's a 5 or 6 because most people do not train on the beach. As you see, most people are laying on the beach having a good time. So
I gotta say, I've lived here for 5 years now, and I think I've come down to the beach like I can count them on my hands.
Yeah.
To come down and train on the sand is very different than training anywhere else.
The explosive movements are different, and like I said, the air here is completely different than anywhere else. It just sits here. It sits right here in your lungs, and most girls, like you swear, like you've been smoking for 10 years or something, once you come out here and train, you can't catch your breath the first time. But the great thing is you can't get discouraged because you do adapt to it. It's really cool. Like, soon you'll be walking through this and you just keep pushing yourself harder and harder, and it never gets old.
So what are we scoring me on?
We got a 10, a 10, a 6 to a 7, and I say do a 6 to a 7 again. You did really good adapting out here.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna take a 7 on both of those.
All right, sounds good.
We got the last one, and I guess this is what really sums up what this kind of circuit-based, strongman crossover. How would you ultimately define that as? And let's kind of score that final score based on that.
The actual workout? What do I base your workout on?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it on that. How I performed overall.
I give you a 9, man. You did awesome. Like you pushed yourself all the way through. You were explosive on every movement. You went hard on every movement. You didn't sandbag any movement, and I think that's what obviously hurt the endurance part of it. But you went hard on every movement. So like as far as pushing yourself and doing good on the circuit, definitely give you an edge.
Awesome. And I think just to finish off, it's a bit of a give and take. You know, we said earlier that power and strength might be up there, and I think to a degree, to get that endurance, you need to step back from your maximum strength, and translate that more into some kind of endurance type factor.
I do the circuit with a lot of my classmates on Saturdays myself, and when I run through it, I was smart because I got to watch a lot of people go through this, so I had a little bit of heads up coming in, unlike you.
Okay.
So when I did this,
when
I did this, I actually focused on my breathing while doing the tire. I still went very hard, but I focused on my breathing, and when doing that, I was able to just go just as powerful and get to the next part and go just as powerful because I was calming my breathing down as I was moving. And to be aware of that, I had a little bit of advantage. So
speaking of that, I'm gonna go catch my breath up. Justin, thank you so much for inviting myself and Muscle and Fitness down. And on a final note, for anyone interested in finding out more about you and Built and Beach Babes here at the bootcamp, where can they go?
Oh, they come to our website, builtnutritionandtraining.com. We have a bootcamp every Saturday. We have 3 classes, 8, 9, and 10. 8 and 9's for the females, 10's co-ed. So you can come kill yourself every Saturday, have a great workout, raise your endorphins for the weekend. So come check out our class. You'll love it.
And I'll say, if you ever find yourself down here at Santa Monica, California, you can find me on Twitter at Rob Richards. Find Justin, challenge me and him to come down here to the boot camp and see what we can do. So until next time on Muscle and Fitness Ultimate Sports Challenge, I am Rob Richards. Here's Justin Barton, and we'll see you guys soon. Take care. Thanks.